guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on Abel for a little bit. We'll do a little behind the scenes catch up here. I've been stripping off parts that I don't need on the truck anymore. I'm going through and cleaning up a bunch of wiring and doing some remodel on the inside of the cab. But I got a project I'm working on today that one of my friends suggested I do, and that was quite a while ago. And it took me a while to do it because I had hardwired cameras and they've started to fail. So now I'm in a situation where I need to install some newer technology. And so what I did is I went ahead and bought a HaloView bt7 touch system. So this comes with a rear view camera, and then I bought an extra camera for a trailer hitch view. So there are supposed to be some side cameras arriving today, but I don't know if I'm going to use those or not. We'll get this set up first. But I guess what we should do first is go in the cab and I'll kind of show you what I've been working on. Okay, here we are in the cab. I get a lot of questions about the steering wheel. I don't know why. It's just a standard 5-bolt steering wheel. In fact, any 5-bolt steering wheel will work. The key is to get a Freightliner adapter that sits here that will adapt it to this any 5-bolt steering wheel. This just happens to be an 18-inch semi-truck steering wheel. You can get them pretty much anywhere. Amazon, eBay, all that good stuff. Yeah, so updates. I got rid of my Garmin diesel cam because I have a new navigation setup coming that I'm going to share with you guys when it gets here. It's dual purpose, so it will work in here as well as on the motorcycles. But as far as like, there was a convoluted mess of, there was a 10-inch monitor and just all this random wiring on here. So I just cleaned everything up. Since I got rid of the diesel cam, I now have to use like a DVR system. I want to make sure I have something like that going on. So I bought this. I'm going to leave links for all this stuff in the description, and I really like this little camera. It's got a secondary camera that comes with it that I didn't hook up because there's really no rear view out of the cab, but the front one is fantastic. It's a 4K camera. It'll take a 256 gigabyte micro SD card, and it works great. And it was very inexpensive, and it's powered by USB-C. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll leave a link in the description, like I said. But for today, what I'm trying to do is get this this BT7 set up. And so obviously there's going to be an easy spot to mount this. I've got plenty of real estate in here. But the trick is getting the cameras mounted on the back and set up and ready to go. So I'm not going to do a time lapse, but I will give you some tips and tricks on how I'm going to do that. And then we'll go from there. Okay guys, this system has multiple ways of mounting this thing. They've got one of these super sticky gel pad suction cup thingamadoodles, and then I chose to use the 3M VHB setup, and I kind of just, that's hard for you guys to see, I know, but that's kind of how I did it, just like that. I'm hoping that's gonna work right there. The other thing you got to keep in mind is that you have to pair the cameras with this monitor before you install them. If you don't do that, you're going to be undoing everything you did and then coming back to this spot. So make sure you use your pairing cable on the monitor before you do anything else. that's what I'm going to do right now, is pair the camera. So here we go. All right, we got the rear camera mounted and wired. I paired it initially with the controller in the cab, so we'll go in there and see what happens. So it took a couple seconds and then it paired up and it seems to be working. Nice clear picture. The only thing I don't like is I haven't figured out a way to get rid of these parking lines. I don't want them on the screen at all. So if anybody out there knows how to get rid of them, or if you don't see it further in this video and I still have that problem, please leave me a comment down in the comment section. I'll try and figure out how to get rid of those things. So this is the next area I want to tackle. And as you can see, obviously we're going to have no problem getting power to this location. However, I just don't know what the view is going to be like. So the camera's going to have to sit down in that, where that circle is, where the old camera was. I think it will, but check it out. I'll open up this other camera and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, we got a bunch of different things going on here. These two screws will actually be the mounting. You're gonna have to drive longer screws through there to get it to mount to the truck. And then you have this backing plate and these tiny little screws in here go all the way through this guy and into this plate. So basically you mount the plate however you deem fit to mount the plate. Then you can mount this onto the plate and drive the little screws through it. I don't know how well this is going to work. I guess there is a little bit of space in there for some wiring, but we'll have to figure this out as we go here, so stand by. Okay, I had to drill a couple holes and use some, I think these are metal siding screws. They're about 1 inch long. And then for the ground, on the normal lights, there's like a little ring terminal that bonds to the body. So what I did is I took one of the original screws out of the old light that was here, and I went to the back side of this riv nut and tied this ground along with the other two lights ground into it. So, and I checked it for continuity against bare metal, and it is a ground point, so should work. We'll keep moving forward here. Okay, got that one mounted. We're gonna go in the cab and pair it, and then a little bit of masking tape and some black Rust-Oleum on there should solve that mismatch color incident going on. Let's give her a shot. Okay guys, we cleaned that area up with some nice fresh paint, letting that dry. I did find out how to get the parking lines removed from the camera, and I also figured out a little trick when you're pairing these. So we're on channel 2 right now, which is the trailer hitch camera. But if you touch the screen anywhere and then touch it again, you can remove the parking lines right there. You can also turn the sound off, because they have microphones on them too. And then when you want to pair, you click on the channel that you want to pair. And now if this didn't have a camera on it, it would just be blank. And then you go into here, settings, and then click on pairing. And then you got to go push a button on the camera and it'll pair it to channel 1. Same thing with channel 2. So like if I didn't have a camera on here right now, let's see here, touch the screen, go to settings. So that's channel 1. Go back. Let's say channel 3 doesn't have a camera on it, right? No signal. Touch it. Go there. Go to pairing. Now it's waiting to pair channel 3. Obviously I can't do that because I don't have another camera hooked up, but yeah. And for whatever reason, it doesn't like to back out of this once you start it. Or the touch screen isn't sensitive enough or something. There it goes. And then if you click on Q mode, whatever Q mode you chose in the settings will show up here. So camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, camera 4. You can also just do 1 and 2, or there's a bunch of different. Here, I'll show you. No, we don't want that. We'll go into settings and then Q mode. So right now I have it set on quad 1, but you could split 1, 2, 3, 4, all that. Any combination you can think of is pretty much there. But yeah, pretty sweet setup. Also, the side cameras just showed up, so I may or may not install these. I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know if they really serve like a purpose, because I can see really good in my mirrors. I think at this point it's just kind of baller territory. I want to see what the fitment's going to be like first before I commit. So we'll open this up and see what the deal is. So here we go. This is the left side. Pretty sure it's the left side. Yeah, left side. We'll go over here and take a look at what we're up against. It's not too bad. So I think I can cover up the majority of that, and I might have to drill one screw in there, but I think it'll work. So I say we're gonna go for it. So I got both of these mounted. I used an existing bolt right there, and then I used a self-tapper there. And this one on this side, the riv nut started spinning after I got it tightened down, so that one's never coming off. This side I got it on just fine, so just got to pair them now, and then I'll show you guys the end results. Alright guys, as you can see, we got all the cameras hooked up, and man, they look clean and sharp. Here I am closing the door. Look at the view they have. This is pretty amazing. Something cool, you can touch like whatever camera you want the screen to stay on, and we'll go to that. Alternatively, if you click on it again and go back to the Q mode you selected, you can have all 4 screens going. So the image is just really crisp and clear. It almost looks like 4K. To me, it actually, I think it is 4K, but they advertise it as 1080p because this is clearer than the camera, the hardwire cameras that I had previously that said they were 4K, and it was definitely not 4K. So I'm really impressed with this kit. It is so simple to install, especially on an LMTV where you already have all your lighting wires there already. And if you've got a habitat box on the back, you're obviously gonna have power somewhere close that you could run to it. So I mean, it's really a non-issue. This is a really cool setup. Yeah, and look at with all the metal and everything that's going on, I can't believe how there's like no interference. It's almost like it's hardwired. Previous wireless cameras that I've tried are just terrible. They just drop out. They got static lines going through them. This is really crisp and clear. Plus it acts as a DVR if you stick a micro SD card in it. So, I mean, these 4 cameras plus this guy up here recording, I mean, you're covered from all sides if something stupid does happen. Not that it's ever gonna help a tremendous amount, you know, especially if it's, I don't know, just some random stuff. But yeah, I really dig this setup. The thing that we're missing now is the navigation unit, and like I said, that's going to be coming up in a future episode. I will leave links to this 4K dash cam and the links to all of the parts and pieces that I used for this guy down in the description. I really appreciate it when you guys use those links. It really helps out the channel. But other than that, I think that's going to be it, guys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. As always, you're going to want to stay tuned because there's plenty more to come on this channel. But other than that, I hope you guys are staying safe, taking care of each other. And as always, I will catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.